Hey Cancers, welcome to your general reading for the second half of July. This is a general and will not resonate with everybody, unfortunately, but I do personal readings and my email is in the description box as always. So let's see what we have going on with Cancers the second half of July. The Hierophant. So this is like a good teacher. Maybe you're in need of a teacher at the moment. You're going through a divine lesson at the moment. Okay, so we'll see as the rest of the cards tie in, but this could just be like a very divine lesson or a very tough lesson that you're going through at the moment. Could be that you're a divine teacher. It could be that, your love interest is a Taurus. Okay, so even if you're tempted at this time to rebel and take a different path, this is like the divine strongly suggesting that you don't, okay, or that you at least rethink, because there are times for independence and daring actions, and to make a splash, but this time is not one of them. Okay, at this stage of your life, you will achieve more by playing by the rules and paying attention to details. Sorry. And by listening to the advice of others. Okay, it's more about being traditional and following rules at the moment. You may have to, you may not like it, but at the moment, you'll gain more success by, following the rules and not changing your path at the moment here. So, let's see. What path are you taking? Maybe you want to be a rebel without a cause here, but now's not the time. The Queen of Wands. Ooh, so maybe it's that extra confidence you're feeling, making you want to, be this rebel without a cause. Maybe as we move into Leo season at the end of July, you pick up that sort of fiery energy and want to get out there and get going. And the Hierophant here, like, look, stop. Chill out a bit, slow down a bit. So maybe, you've got this fiery energy in you and you want to go and you want things to be faster and you want things to be now, because you have, this confidence from all that you've learned so far, but it's not the time to act just yet. Okay, we'll see. Could be a fire sign as well that you're dealing with. I know people like me to call out the signs. So Ace of Wands, the opportunity is coming. Okay, don't rush it. I feel like you'll be picking up the energy to rush it with this Queen of Wands. Thing about the Queen of Wands is she rushes around so much trying to get everything done that if somebody came to her throne, she could miss the opportunity. And this Ace of Wands is about being sure not to miss the opportunity. Be careful, that you're not so off busy doing everything else. You miss an opportunity that you've been waiting a while for here. So, if you're feeling that energy to rush around and get things done, it's about waiting on divine timing at the very basic sense of it, sort of thing. But I do feel like, in Leo energy, you're going to feel, this fiery energy too. You can't sit still. You want to get up and go and get things done yourself. If you're, that sort of energy that's, well, if you want something doing, do it yourself sort of thing. It's like I said, the thing about the Queen of Wands, although she can be very productive, sometimes it's counterproductive because she's away from her throne. So these things might lead you away and down a different path. As the Hierophant said, you might take, a new path, maybe even unexpectedly. Because we see here the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So if you're taking on this energy, you may find yourself down a different path from what you was on. And the Hierophant's just here as a reminder saying, now's not the time to take that new path. Now's the time to be traditional. So yeah, you may miss the opportunity if you're away from your throne doing other things for other people. And like I said, it might just be this beautiful confidence that you're regaining here that wants you to move quickly, but it's not the time. It could have, you know, the opposite effect, that you miss a chance, an opportunity. Nine of Swords. So yeah, rushing around, it'll bring in this anxiety. Maybe you're worrying just that things aren't going quick enough. Things could be keeping you awake at night here. You could be having some crazy dreams, as this is the night hag. It is Cancer season while I'm recording this, so you could be having crazy dreams at the moment. And you know, it could be it could be the cause of your anxiety even, and restlessness here. But it definitely feels like, altogether with the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Swords here, that it's restlessness that you're actually fighting at the moment. The feeling that, you know, with this Nine of Swords, this hag is like a night terror. So when she's there and got a hand on your chest, you can feel like you can't move, and you know that you're out of control, and it can be very scary. So if you're feeling like, you know, things are, you know, in your control and very scary, and you want to take action to get control of things, it's about keeping things more traditional, stick to the rules, whatever you may have set for yourself there, so that you don't miss this opportunity. Especially in this deck, this ace is about that, you know, we can be off doing other things and miss opportunities because of fear. You may fear that you know the opportunity isn't going to present itself, so you know you try and hurry this along, which in fact makes you miss the opportunity. So it's not time for action, but you could be feeling restless during the second half of July. Queen of Pentacles here again. In this deck, it's about needing to use logic at this time. Okay, I'll even read it to you if you like, because I feel like this is such a beautiful deck. But in this deck, she's about fact finding and you know, being honest with yourself, taking what concrete evidence you have here and working with that, rather than, you know, daydreaming or wanting to hurry things in yourself here. So let's have a look at the Queen of Pentacles, what she says in this deck. Practicality is needed right now. Don't get caught up in flights of fancy, making plans that will never come true. You have too much on your plate to get distracted like that. Play to your strengths. Find realistic ways to get the job done. So if you have the time to maintain balance in your home life and your self-care, the Queen of Pentacles can also represent a maternal, welcoming figure in your life. Warm and caring, this person manages to keep their temper and is unflappable regardless of the chaos around them. So I feel like that, you know, if you're feeling this chaos and, you know, this restlessness, it advises here, you know, to be patient as a mother would with a child. But like this could be somebody who's coming in to help you, and be patient, as there's two queens here. So it could be an earth sign as well coming in, and patience is needed, but you're feeling restless here. Practicality is needed at this time. It's just like confirming what the Hierophant said, and it's the first card, the Hierophant, so that's the most important. You know, you may not feel like sticking to the rules, but at the moment that's going to be the best for you there. 10 of Cups, wonderful. So if you stick to the rules, then we see, you know, things going quite smoothly for you here. It could be that, you know, coming out of Cancer season, you know, you could have felt like, you know, at ease, and you got through it easier than most. You know, relationships you could be working on, family ships and things like that. And it's time to remain practical and traditional even here. So could be that you're a mother as well yourself, you know, and you've been working on these sort of relationships. Maybe if you have some children, you know, one could be causing chaos, one could be sort of like grounded and thingy, but everybody's their own person here. So it could speak of family as well being your focus this month, and being practical with your family, spending happy times together. As we've just been through your season, it could be like you spent your birthday with family and friends and enjoyed that time there. So if you know, did spend time like that for your birthday, or you got some plans for your birthday here, be practical even with money, with the Queen of Pentacles, as well as being practical with your action with the Queen of Wands there. But I do feel like, you know, coming out of Cancer season, you'll be feeling more relaxed and confident, maybe even more loved. And you start to pick up this restless energy as we move into Leo season here. Nine of Wands. So yeah, needing a break, needing a time out, needing to stay still. I know like some people will feel like that's counterproductive, and especially that's the energy you're going to pick up during Leo season, but it's not. It's like, you know, you've come this far, you deserve a rest. You know, you've traveled this far, so you deserve, you know, this time out that's been given to you. Often, you know, people take time alone as a negative. Say if you're single, people take that as a negative. It's not. It's actually time to work on yourself, self-care, and nurture yourself with the Queen of Pentacles. Okay? So don't view this Nine of Wands as a negative. I don't see it that way at all. I mean, you could face some challenges, or you could be having sleepless nights here with the Nine of Swords. You know, anxiety keeping you awake, worrying about something. Like I said, could even be family here that you're worried about. Ten of Wands. Okay, so the Ten of Wands is about dropping that burden, moving past that. And I really feel like let go and let God in this reading. It's like, you know, pass your burdens over here, especially if that's what's making you feel anxious or restless, or you can't sleep at night. It's like, give your worries up to the divine, and what will be, sort of thing. You know, once you take on that energy, releasing the energy of the outcome, not putting that pressure on yourself here, then we will see major changes as well here. So let's have a look at the Ten of Wands in this book. It's saying you need to learn to say no. You're taking too much on at once. A lot of mothers and fathers do this, you know, like I said, if there's children involved and you've been spending a lot of time with family, sometimes they don't know when enough is enough, and we feel awkward about saying no to family and people close to us. So it says you need to learn to say no. You're taking on too much at once. You've proven yourself and now have more work than you can handle. Don't forget to accept help yourself. See what you can streamline, prioritize the most important tasks, leaving the others for a couple of days. Even delegating so that you can take some time for yourself. You need to find balance. Don't get so bogged down that you get burnt out. And this is what I said here as well with the Nine of Wands. It's time for rest. It's time for a break. People will just keep taking from you as long as you let them. Okay? Even family, where it's supposed to say no to as well. And look at the Hierophant here. He's like putting his hand up like no. So that's why, you know, sometimes in relationships we see a tower moment come in. If a partner is just taking and not giving, the divine will step in and say enough's enough, and you may be upset that the relationship ended. But if it keeps going and you're drained and there's nothing left of you to give, then both parties, you know, it's not good for either here. So it's time for a break here. Don't feel the need to rush, okay? Take time to take care of yourself. like I said, it's not a negative to nurture yourself here. And it's not negative to say no, even if like these are children. These could be like grown children here, you know, that need to be told no even. Four of Swords, again about needing rest and needing to step out of the limelight here and take care of you. So please do, you know, do so. Needing a break, needing time out, needing, you know, to basically disconnect from everybody who wants something from you. Energy vampires will not stop. They don't care. They'll just keep going and going until you say no. Okay, so during this time, you know, people could be asking for favors. Can you do this for me? Can you just run to the shop? Can you watch the kids? Can you do this? Can you do that? And it's really a time not to be doing so much. You could miss your own opportunities in life doing for others all the time. Time to lay down the burden, especially if they're grown children. It's time to lay down the burden here. It's time to let them live their life and, you know, maybe not rely on you so much. Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords here, it's like, can you see here, they've grown their wings here. It's like going through a transformation. So one of them is awake and one of them isn't. This heartache or telling people no, you're not doing this to cause people pain. Say, for example, we want to say no to our grown children and they're hurt or they're dramatic, or my mum won't do this and that for me. Well, here it's to help them grow. So any pain we experience, it reminds us that we're living, that we're growing. It's not to break us down, but to help us transform here and gain wings and gain knowledge here with this Three of Swords. You know, she's still got this rose wrapped around her leg. A lot can grow from this and will grow from this. So, seems very Pacific maybe. Good luck, guys.